Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is Crystal Jordan, and I'm coming to you guys a little bit earlier. I just wanted to see if there was anyone on YouTube from my audience, just to remind people that I'm having a very important conversation tonight. If you've been watching this channel, you know that we talk about love and relationships from a reality TV perspective. And there has been so much talk about this season of Ready to Love, right? So last Friday, we did a Ready to Love recap, and one of the young ladies from the show was supposed to be on the show. She reached out to me and she said that she was having issues with her mental health because of some of the backlash. And I shared that with the audience, and a lot of people got really upset with me about it, and felt like no matter what someone's actions are, what they say towards others, that mental health is always important. I want to first say that I agree. I agree that mental health issues are something that we should always pay attention to, because I never would want someone to do something that they're not prepared for. And then mentally not be able to deal with that, and hurt themselves or put themselves in a worse situation. However, my suggestions, and I guess I come from the school of, you know you have to be careful what you say, you have to be careful what you do, because there are always consequences and repercussions for your actions. And so my thought process was, when you go on reality television specifically, because it's not just Ready to Love, it's Love is Blind, it is Basketball Wives, it is Love and Hip Hop. Specifically, we saw some things happening with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and some comments made, and then when backlash comes from the comments made, then people are very concerned about their mental health. And so I simply stated in that live that I think a lot of times we are concerned about our mental health, but if we would guard our tongues a little bit more carefully, we wouldn't get some of the feedback that would make us feel depressed and make us feel upset. And so I believe that I'm a person that believes strongly in not being a victim, right? So, in order to not be a victim, you have to know how to keep yourself in a position of power. And that, to me, includes being able to guard my tongue, because I know that I am responsible for the words that come out of my mouth, right? So if someone else does something to me that makes me feel emotional and I respond out of that emotion, I am responsible for that, for my response. I am not responsible for their response. I am responsible for my response. And that is what I meant. And that for somehow got twisted and turned and carried out of context. And so I asked my advisor and counselor, Coach Latanya Taylor, who was my immediate therapist when I went on the Le Van Zant show. Not only does Latanya coach myself, but she also works with a lot of other celebrities and other just people, women that want to better themselves. And I also asked a licensed therapist to join me as well. And so my co-host Mo and I are going to have a conversation tonight, specifically about what we see happening on reality TV. If you guys are fans of Netflix's Love is Blind, there was a situation last season, not this season, where two young ladies were really just being hateful towards the other cast members. When the series aired and they were able to see their behavior and people were responding to it, then one of the young ladies said she had to discontinue her social media platforms because it was putting her mental health in danger of how people were responding to her actions. So my question is, where do we assign accountability, right? If I am dealing with depression and anxiety based on my own actions, don't I hold some accountability in my own mental health, right? I could be wrong. And so, because I'm someone that always wants to do better, I always want to learn. I wanted to invite experts on to have this conversation. But I think it's something that's very important. That's why I wanted to come on earlier and ask everyone to please tune in to tonight's conversation on mental health as it relates to reality television and social media. So many people that go on reality TV, I've heard say that they felt like they needed to go into therapy afterwards. They felt like they were really unprepared for the backlash and, being thrust into a spotlight. I think everyone thinks that they would love being infamous or famous. And then when you get the opportunity to be on a show and be judged by millions of people, sometimes you're not as excited about it as you thought you would be. And so I think there's some value to having a conversation with people who do this for a living. So again, I have invited Coach Latanya Taylor to join me. I also have my co-host Scorpio Mo, who is a guy and he's a lifestyle influencer. But I think that in every discussion, it's important to have context. Is also important to have more than one person there. So not only do we have Mo giving his perspective, and then also myself, and then we also have Mel Preston, a licensed therapist and relationship architect, joining us as well. So please join us tonight right here on From Crystal XO for a conversation on mental health as it relates to social media and reality television. Should more mental health alternatives be offered to people that go on reality TV? We know that a lot of the people that go on reality TV, they have to fill out paperwork, and there's a process they go through to get on the show. But should it also be required for them to get mental health counseling, or have a therapist that's on standby for their reaction and the way that they deal with being seen and being viewed by millions of people? It's going to be a great discussion. So again, I invite you to join me tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on From Crystal XO. It's going to be a robust conversation. I look forward to taking questions from the audience. As always, this is really about us getting better. And as I always say, I am trying to get better myself. So if I was wrong in my assumption of saying that sometimes our actions can put our mental health in peril, then I'm happy to apologize and take accountability for what I'm doing. But I just am one that strongly believes in accountability, not being a victim, and also understanding the importance of controlling and being responsible for what you say, right? I cannot control what others say about me. I cannot control how others respond to me. All I can control is how I respond and how I conduct myself. So I look forward to seeing you tonight. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. For these type of conversations are all about pushing our community forward. I love you all for watching, and I'll see you tonight right here at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll also see you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for the explosive conclusion of Ready to Love, the reunion part 2. Mo and I will be back talking about the reunion, but hopefully the therapist and also Coach Latanya will give us some tips, so we'll be able to add even more well-rounded commentary on tomorrow's reunion. I'll see you guys tonight.